Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and welcome. So today there was a new patch for Space Engineers, and we're taking a look at it. So they introduced this thing called Environment Hostility. So now, flaming asteroids, normal asteroids, and things that will hurt you will be fired from the sun. So we've got safe mode, that's no asteroids, and then we've got different frequencies such as normal, Cataclysm, and Armageddon. So the main difference is the intervals between the actual asteroids. So this is Armageddon. They throw in absolutely ridiculous amounts of flaming rocks at you, and they do a considerable amount of damage. But just look at it, it looks so cool. It does have a little bit of effect on your frame rate if you do pick the Cataclysm or the actual Armageddon options. But apart from that, if you have them on the normal, you don't tend to get too many. So you're probably thinking, can you pick these flaming asteroids up? And I decided to try it. And what I tended to notice, if you get too close to them with a ship, they just break up like that. They disintegrate into multiple parts. So I wanted to test that out a little bit further. And I decided to bump into another one. This is actually the Cataclysm Mode. So we've just got a steaming asteroid in this one. And you get a few less, and they don't seem to be traveling as fast as the other one. So this is the Cataclysm against heavy armor. And as you can see, it just bounced off and it didn't do too much damage. And that's what I like to see. I wouldn't like to see these have the power of an actual warhead just blowing your ships apart. That'd be terrible, especially the way they're currently constructed. So we wanted to see if they were affected by gravity. So there was some asteroids coming out here, and sadly they're not affected by gravity. So any idea of actually building something of a gravity reflector may cause them to do absolutely nothing. It does nothing at all. They'll bounce off, they'll penetrate it, they'll just destroy it. It's no stopping them at the current moment in time. Maybe some gravity net. So we moved on to try shooting them down, and I got some quite solid shots with the machine guns and the rockets, but still there was no result. They just didn't disintegrate on impact. There was just no way of stopping them, and that really upset me. Maybe in a future patch you'll be able to shoot them and they'll disintegrate maybe into smaller parts that could be even worse, or maybe just disintegrate completely. We also found out that the grinder and the other tool will kill people. The welder doesn't actually work at the moment, but the effectiveness of this thing is bloody like a knife. I mean, we're having a bit of a duel here and we're taking each one out, and then there's go Tazu off the side, never to be seen again. But there you go, and I get drilled shortly after. But that grinder is bloody dangerous. The drill, on the other hand, it's not as dangerous, but it's still a tool that you don't really want to be messing with. I mean, I can imagine a few survival drill offs, you could say, and there Tazu, well, there Tazu goes again down the ramp. But I have a go myself, and I found it very hard to get that connecting shot. The host clearly has an advantage because of obviously his lag between the server. Now, the final thing of the patch that quite excited me was the colouring of blocks that were previously uncolourable, so such as windows, thrusters, and so on. So I was just testing this out here and just looking at the actual difference between painting a normal one and see if you could paint lights and so on, because that'd be pretty cool if you could just paint a light instantly instead of setting the options. So all these objects can be painted, but only some of them, like the thrust, you see like there, I'm trying to paint the actual reactor, but that's not working. But the thrusters are working, the walls working, the containers don't happen to be painted. But other things such as the doors, so you can get a much more nicer matching interior. So you've got that nice little white line around the door as well. That really kicks it off. And now this is something I really enjoyed, painting the windows, because there used to be that yaki grey colour and they just used to always make your ship look a little bit out of place. But now you can actually paint them up and they look absolutely beautiful. So we'll come into the back here, and we've actually got one of them escape sort of passageways, or ladder sort of blocks, you could say, that where the ladder actually disappeared in a few patches ago. But you can paint them up and you can turn them into quite nice items now. We've got the upstairs. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.